Hey, how are you? Welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Alina, also known as Tracy. So today is Mother's Day. Yay! Happy Mother's Day to all the moms. Well, by the time this video comes out, it won't be Mother's Day, but yeah, I recorded it on Mother's Day. So, with that being said, I think today I just got to a point where I was thinking about my mom, like wishing she was here so that I could, say Happy Mother's Day to her and just tell her and show her how much I love and appreciate all that she has done, in my life and all that. But yeah, that is not possible. My mom passed on, yeah, a while back, and on days like today, I am like truly like reminded. It's in my face that she is not there, and I think like my way of coping with things that hurt me is like I just put it under the bed and then I just move on with my life. I literally just rather forget than deal with it because sometimes I just don't know how to deal with like emotions. Like I was feeling today, I'm like, oh, what do I do with myself? So it's quite a tricky one. So with that being said, I just want to talk about some highlighters of like how, as a person, as someone who's lost a loved one, how you can process and deal with grief. Yeah, I think death is something that everyone is aware that it's a reality, but at the same time, when it does happen, it hurts. Like you didn't expect it to happen, but it happens to everyone. But somehow it hurts so much. It's like just a part of your heart, a part of your soul. It just feels like it's been ripped off you, and just something is missing there. So yeah, it's really a painful thing. A pain I cannot describe. Yeah, if you have lost maybe a mom, a dad, a husband, a wife, a sister, a brother, uncle, grandma, or whoever, I'm sure you can relate with what I'm saying right now. And so I just like want to give you a few pointers of the things that have really helped me over the years that I still do up to today, because I from yeah, grief is an ongoing like a process. It's not something that you do with today and you're like, yep, I'm moving on with my life, it's gone. No, I think you deal with it. It gets to a point where it feels a little bit easier, but you have days where it just hits you like that. And yeah, and it's hard, it really is hard. So if you have lost a loved one, I'm really sorry. I'm deeply sorry. I know what you're going through. I know the pain, the questions, the frustrations, the hurt, and everything that comes with it. Like it's hard, and I completely understand that. And I just want to like encourage you that God knows and He sees. Death was never God's design. God did not design death. Like death was not something when He created man. It's like, yeah, you're gonna die. No, that was not His plan at all. Death was a result of sin. Sin came into the picture and it brought along stuff like death. It's a reality. Yeah, so one of the things that I would highly encourage you to do to help you deal with your grief is to speak about it. Really speak about it. I mean, I know in the African context, like there feels like there isn't really much room to speak about what you're going through and how much you're hurting. It's like people or the society we live in, they have like a time period of like, yeah, you are probably allowed to be not okay with someone dying for this amount of time, so after this you should be fine. Even how you grieve, there's like there are things that are not acceptable, like it's just it's not things that are said out loud, but just growing up within the community and the societies, I sort of picked up on this, and so much that when before I lost someone I truly loved, I just thought, well, death, whatever, life goes on, it's nothing big, because people made it seem like that. But when I went through it and then I realized like how it was, I realized actually there's a problem with society. This problem with society of like not properly handling this. It's probably a whole bunch of people walking around with so much emptiness and hurt and so much pain in their hearts, and they're not able to share it because like the society doesn't really give room for that, or there's just yeah. So I would encourage you like to speak to friends or family, or like whoever you're comfortable with, and just tell them what you are feeling. And if you have a friend who's lost a loved one, like be that person who they can be able to share their feelings, their emotions, and their pain and their frustrations, and just be there for them. Just listen. You don't have to have all the answers and be like, yeah, and try and solve the equation of life and whatever. No, don't do that. Actually, that's the worst thing you can do. Don't try to solve the equations and answer their questions and stuff like that. Just listen. Like, really listening does help, and just being there and telling them that you understand their pain and their frustration, and you are sorry. Not that it's your fault, but I don't know if you get what I mean. Like, truly, just speaking to someone or listening to someone who's going through this really, really helps a tremendous amount. And also, I would say, if you're dealing with grief, don't expect people to heal that pain for you. Like, I think there could be like a dependency on wanting people around you to be able to take away the pain, or becoming like dependent on people or a person to like deal with that pain for you. That's not gonna work. You're probably going to hurt yourself more. Yeah, like, the pain of grief, only God can really deal with it. Only He can give you comfort and hope in that space. Not any other human being can. Yes, people can be there around you, and they should, if they love you. They should be there for you. They should hold your hand, and as you walk through that journey. But ultimately, it's God who really does bring like healing in that space. So yeah, I don't know if that makes sense, but yeah. And if another thing that you can do, in if you have someone who's dealing with grief in the family or in your circles or whatever, is to, there's this thing of like, when someone dies, like, no one wants to talk about them, like they never existed. Oh my goodness, that's the worst thing you could ever do. It's probably, I think, yeah, it takes the prize for me. I think that's really the worst thing you could ever do. Don't pretend like it didn't happen, and don't want to like water it down, like nothing happened. No, accept that someone is passed on, someone has died, and like, speak about it. It doesn't have to be like, just be like, remember when mom used to do this, I really miss that. Or remember when your husband or your wife or your sibling or used to do that, that was so precious. Or remember, just like, just because someone is dead doesn't mean you can't keep them alive with your memories. Why do I say this? Because that helps with you accepting that that person is gone, and it does bring a level of healing in your heart and in your life, even within your family, or whatever context the grief is in. And yeah, so if you're a husband or your wife or your children, a family, and you've lost someone, don't, please do not put it under the rug and act like that person never existed and throw away their pictures and stuff. No, do not. Speak about it in a way that is healthy. And if someone ends up crying or in that space, it's okay. Let them cry. Crying is part of the process, and it's really, really okay to do that. So yeah, I just I just thought I should like speak about this, because it's something I wish a lot of people were more aware of. Don't yeah, and yeah, be there for those who are dealing with grief and stand by them. Also, if you are dealing with it, know that, you know what, only God can truly give you comfort. We can stand with you, obviously, and definitely we should do that, but ultimately God is the one who brings like healing in that space. So yeah, I hope that helps. I just yeah, thank you for your time. Hey, thank you so much appreciated. Thank you if you've watched this far. Well done. All right, that's all from me to you now. Have a beautiful week or day or whatever, wherever you are. Love you. Bye.